Hey, good morning guys. Anthony, 4x4 Diesel. A little bit of chit chat about torque wrenches. A number of people, again, it's been done before, but let's do it again. Let's do it a little bit better this time, hopefully. A number of people have asked about torque wrenches, what torque wrenches and why, so I'll give you what I've got. If you're just doing your own vehicle, you don't want to be investing hundreds or thousands of dollars into a torque wrench. There's a Snap-on one, I think, that's near $1,000. It's all digital and fancy. That's pretty cool. Sometimes there's definitely overcapitalizing in something, some tools and stuff. Now, personally, I've always liked and still like the Warren & Brown. This is the Warren & Brown product, made in Australia. That's something I like about it, right? Does it say that somewhere? No, it says recycle. Hang on. You can Google it anyway, right? It's a 321800, right? Now let's have a look at it. I'll get around the right way again. 321500. That does most of what you want to do, okay? It goes from low Newton meters around, you know, the 5 up to about 100, I think, 120. There you go, right? So if we back that off, right? So the increments on the Newton meters, like every 5 is your main line. So to go between 5s, you need to sort of estimate, which is pretty easy to do. I do that and test it against other torque wrenches and works pretty well. This has done a lot of work, highly recommended. Never let me down. So that's kind of my favorite go-to, if you like. They're about, what are they worth? They're about worth about $250. I wouldn't pay any more for it than that. 321500. Okay, if you want to do some smaller stuff, you know, if you're working on your dirt bikes and really small diesel stuff, then this one goes up to about 25 Newton meters. Let's get it out and have a look at it. Okay, let's have a look here. All right, it's set on 20 Newton meters. So, okay, it's got increments of every 1 Newton meter. So if you want to get technical on your 5s, 8s, 10s, you know, if you're doing the transmission pan at 4.5 Newton meter, whatever it is, 4 Newton meters, you know, this is where you need something like that. If you're doing stuff under 10s and 15s, injector job, you can definitely get away with doing that on its own. That's the one. This does most other things. If you're doing your wheel nuts, I'd suggest you could use something like that, but I don't like using a torque wrench to its maximum all the time. So personally, I'd go buy, I've got a cheaper torque wrench, just an everyday torque wrench you buy, whatever brand, $50, you know, more bigger, heavy duty for wheel nuts. You know, you buy tools and use tools to the size of the job. As I say a lot, I use 3/8 a lot. There's a set over there. We've got a few sets, but there's one just sitting there. You know, that's a handy little set. It's just metric. There's 6-point sockets, whatever. Not promoting the king chrome thing or anything, but you know, for about $100, I think that was, you know. Excuse me, good value for money. Right. These, oh, what was this? Cheaper than that, but not much, you know. It's probably worth $150, right? Same, you know, the flex bar thing, whatever, right? Warren & Brown, there you go, right? You want to see that? Made in Australia. Maybe that's another reason why I like it, all right? So, what's going on there? Yeah. Anyway, so that's the go, you know. And there's the piece that goes in there is there, right? You can see that doesn't get used as much, right? So that's another option. Here's another option. There's a king chrome one you can buy in, you know, people go to Bunnings, right? I've noticed there's a king chrome one in Bunnings. I don't know the part number. It's about $100, right? I'd say that's pretty good value for money. King chrome's a reasonable brand in tools, okay? But of course, you're not buying Australian made product anymore. And this is a king chrome product. The different design, they're not the flex bar, you know, it's the one that goes click, click type thing. So, but this is the kind of quality torque wrench will be fine for wheel nuts, okay? So in my opinion, you know, you buy a bigger version, not a small one like this, but exactly like this, you can get other brands that are not king chrome, that are cheaper, that you can look at them and say they're exactly the same, you know? You can tell they look that much the same, you know it's coming out of the same factory type thing, if you know what I mean. So, I've got a bigger one there. It's not king chrome. I don't believe it doesn't say king, but I'll tell you what, it's a dead set ringer for this one. So, this is not all the torque wrenches here, obviously, just showing you a couple that are here at the moment to show you some options, right? So that's a good value for money option. Here you're going to spend a bit more money, you know, it depends where you buy it from and whatever. I'll just carefully get this one out of the box because it's worth more than all the others. We'll just move the king chrome out the way for a minute. All right, so this is, well, let's have a look on the outside of it. Right, that's your Norbar, right? Bada bing, made in England. Again, you're not buying Australian made product. They've got a good reputation, apparently, you know, good and all that, but I still prefer this. But I can tell you, This and this, they've been used hand in hand, where say we've done number 1 injector and 2 with this one, 3 and 4 with that one, we've checked that one doing that, and literally they move half a degree and click. You know, like it's quite funny because the first one you get like that half a degree, it's like half a Newton meter difference, and it doesn't matter whether you do that one, then this one, or this one, then that one, same result. So they're just within a Newton meter of each other, so they're absolutely awesome, both of those. I like the feel of this one better. So it depends what you're used to. I'm not bagging that. This is cheaper. It's Australian made. It does the job. I don't know what we don't need to talk about anything else, do we? Warren and Brand, don't forget to send me a commission. No, they haven't. No, there's no sponsorship going on. I paid for these. They're my tools. Bada bing. At the end of the day, there's your information I've got for you on torque wrenches. I think Warren and Brown, value for money. Let's keep them in business. When you send them an email or contact them, if you're going to buy it directly, just let them know, Anthony, 4x4 Diesel recommended your product. You know what I mean? So when you do these things, guys, if you tell them manufacturers and suppliers who's recommending whatever, doesn't matter whether it's oil filters where you're buying them from or a torque wrench, we can build up this thing where at a later date I can say, hey, you know, and set up group, you know, sort of discounts. Like, I'll give you an example. If you go to every battery in Heidelberg and speak to Travis and say, Anthony, 4x4 Diesel, I was Prado crew, he'll go, yeah. You're going to get looked after as best as possible. Now, they're there, they've got to pay wages, they've got overheads, they're a business, they've got to make money, so they're not giving away everything every day, but you'll get looked after, especially on service, advice, and price. They'll do what they can. If there's a special somewhere, you just need to tell them about it. They'll do their best to match it. But you got to understand, sometimes other suppliers that put specials on screw their suppliers and get it cheaper. That's what enables them to do that. So every battery may be able to match it, but they're just kind of wasting their time. So understand that, but ask the question, guys. Don't think that they can't. You know what I mean? So anyway, this isn't about that. It's about torque wrenches. Hope you understand. That's what I've got for you. Warren and Brown 321-500. Highly recommended. That's my go-to tool. If you haven't got that sort of money and you need to get yourself a torque wrench, you can go for the King Chrome in Bunnings. It's about $100. It's bigger than this unit. Don't go and spend heaps of money on a Norbar or a Snap-on or something like that. It's ridiculous. If you're in the trade and you want a good torque wrench, I still recommend that. So if you can afford it, this is the one I recommend. I say that's torque wrench is done. We shouldn't need to do it again. I'll put all the keywords in this: torque wrench, torque wrench, torque wrench, so that if you need it, you can go and search it later. All right, guys, like always, if you've got something like that, please give us a thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe, turn that bell on, and in the comments, let us know what torque wrench are you using, what have you got, and please put the number and some feedback so everybody reading the comments can see what your experiences are also. Bada bing, bada boom. Thanks for watching. See ya.